What is going on, guys? It is Next Level, and I am back with a brand new Clash Royale video. And today we're going to have some fun with the Bowler. So the Bowler is a brand new card inside of Clash Royale, and people are sleeping on him really hard. I see like 5 posts a day minimum on Reddit of people complaining that he just sucks, he doesn't do enough damage, he needs more HP, yada yada yada. I'm going to go ahead and put an end to all the hate right now. I think the Bowler is a certified beast. Now, in my previous video, I did a tournament chest unboxing, which sounds kind of weird to say, but in that chest, I got a bunch of bowlers, which got him to level 3. So I've been using the bowler for a bit now with like the giant, royal giant, trying to see what his role is. And I've actually come up with a fairly unconventional deck built around the giant skeleton and the goblin barrel. And I've actually found this combination to have a lot of synergy. So the idea here is that you put the bowler behind your giant skeleton, and troops like skeletons or goblins just flat out get steamrolled, and troops like barbarians or the Valkyrie get damaged and get pushed back, which makes it hard for them to even damage your giant skeleton. And also right now, people just don't expect to see a bowler giant skeleton push. I think in matchmaking so far since the most recent update, I have seen a grand total of 0 bowlers. I've seen a couple of ice spirits, I have seen 1 log and 1 lumberjack, but I've seen 0 bowlers. So we definitely have the element of surprise on our side, and this deck is going to catch people off guard. Anyways, I feel like putting in some work now, so let's go ahead and hop into a couple of live battles. Okay, so our first battle is against Ben from SG Immortal, and our starting hand is solid. We have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Horde for defense, Giant Skeleton for a push, and of course our Pump for that beautiful pink juice. Let's go ahead and put it down, and he does place a Goblin Hut, so I'm not sure if he's running a full-on Hut deck or what, but Hut decks can be kind of annoying. Now I'm gonna go ahead and place my giant skeleton in the back, just to have something on the field. And I do want to place my horde to hopefully take out that hut. So let's see if this works out. And he places a wizard, which instantly melts my horde. So there goes that plan. His Valkyrie is slicing and dicing my giant skeleton. And he does place a royal giant on the other side, which is meant by my Mini P.E.K.K.A. His RG is sliced up, but his wizard does get a couple of shots in our tower, not the end of the world. And let's go ahead and place down our second pump and begin our real push with the bowler. So his goblins are getting off some chip damage on my tower. They honestly don't do that much, so I kind of just ignore them. If that was a furnace, then I would have to address it because the fire spirits do a good amount of damage on your tower over time. You do not want to leave those unaddressed. So here we go with our push, guys. This is the giant skeleton with the bowler. And let's go ahead and toss our goblin barrel just for added measure. And let's go ahead and place a Mini P.E.K.K.A. And now he does have a horde, so let's go ahead and place our fire spirits, which will make quick work of those guys. And our giant skeleton's bomb does take out a couple of his troops. And just like that, we have our bowler locked onto his tower with no troops around him. And he does place a barbarian horde. I was going to say barbarian horde, but he does place barbarians at our bowler. And in just 2 rolls, they almost have no health left. So at this point, they're not even a threat to our tower. I'm going to go ahead and place a giant skeleton right here in the middle, just to take those guys out. And let's go ahead and place another bowler and a goblin barrel at that same tower to hopefully take it out. Let's see what he does here. Okay, so he places a royal giant on the other side. Let's go ahead and place our mini horde. And he does fireball our goblin barrel, which is just a horrible play in his part. But I guess that was the only real card that he had that could address the goblins. But now we have our Mini P.E.K.K.A. on his other tower just doing work, slicing it up. He does zap it, but now we have our giant skeleton again on his tower. And let's go ahead and throw another goblin barrel just for added measure and see what happens. He does play some barbarians, and the bomb is probably not going to take him out, but our goblin barrel does jack up his tower, and now we are comfortably in the lead. His other tower has just a sliver of health left, and he's going to do another predictable royal giant push. Let's go ahead and place our pump, our Mini P.E.K.K.A., and this game is pretty much donezo at this point. So good game to him, but he was honestly not prepared in the slightest to feel the wrath of my giant skeleton and bowler push. And that is the end of that one. So as far as our chest, we do get a gold chest, nothing to write home about. And let's go ahead and jump right into the second battle here. And we are facing off with Breaking Bad from HK Esports 9. Now, HK Esports is one of the top premier, prestigious Clash Royale clans. They're obviously from Hong Kong. And as far as I'm concerned, they're really good at this game. So again, right off the bat, he's beginning off with a minion and royal giant push. It's funny because people say the Royal Giant is overpowered, but he's so easily countered by like a million different things. Now he does go ahead and zap my mini P.E.K.K.A. and my minions to prevent any chip damage onto his tower. And now, as far as our cards in our hand, we do have everything, all the ingredients necessary to begin a game-ending push. Let's go ahead and place down our pump and get that juice flowing and see what he does to counteract that. Now we're just waiting. He does place an Ice Wizard way in the back. Now let's go ahead and just place a defensive bowler and see what he does. He does do damage, pretty good damage to the Royal Giant, and if you look at the Ice Wizard, he does push him back and do a lot of damage to him as well. So now we have a pretty good push here with minions, Goblin Barrel, and now the Bowler. What does he do to respond? He does play some Goblins. Let's go ahead and zap those guys. And now we just have, again, a Bowler on his tower just going to town. Just rolling his little rock to his heart's content. And just like that again, guys, with some Fire Spirits and a couple of rolls from the Boulder, those Barbarians are pretty much wiped out of existence. So let's go ahead and place another pump down. And now we're looking pretty good now. We're comfortably in the lead as far as damage, and we have all the cards in our hand necessary for a pretty big push. So let's go ahead and get ready with our Giant Skeleton here in the back. Let's place this guy down, and let's see what he does. Just waiting. And he does place another Royal Giant, so let's go ahead and place... I should have placed my mini P.E.K.K.A. first, but whatever. We do get our P.E.K.K.A. down, and this Royal Giant is, again, just going to get flattened in like a millisecond. Goblin Barrel, and this push is just gigantic, guys. There really isn't any way to stop this at this point. If he places Barbarians, they're all going to get pushed back, and just like that, his tower is gone. He places Barbarians, and again, they're all getting pushed back. They're all getting splash damage. Let's place a second Giant Skeleton and a second Bowler. This is just madness right now. His Ice Wizard, poor guy, just gets flattened. Let's place our mini P.E.K.K.A. down. Let's go ahead and zap his minions. And he does place another Royal Giant, which again just gets flattened. He does take our tower down, so now we are in more of a contested battle. His Ice Wizard does get taken care of pretty promptly. And now we have to actually go ahead and get his second tower down. Now he does place a Royal Giant into our base, which is again a very aggressive move. Something I do a lot, actually. Let's go ahead and place a mini P.E.K.K.A. down to take care of that guy. And again, we have another monster push. Goblin Barrel, mini P.E.K.K.A., Giant Skeleton, and the Bowler. His Barbarians get splash damaged and pushed back. They're just out of existence already. He does have a single Ice Wizard, which gets taken out by my minions. And let's go ahead and zap his minions, which get taken out by mine. And now we have a Giant Skeleton basically on his tower with our Bowler. And that should be, again, just game over at this point. So again, Giant Skeleton, Bowler, Goblin Barrel, mini P.E.K.K.A. guys is a very deadly combo. Good game to him, but again, that was over before it began. So let's go ahead and get into our last battle here. This is against Mevius. Mevius from, I don't know which clan that is. But let's go ahead and see what he does here. Hopefully it's not, again, another Royal Giant deck. But what can you say? I mean, the Royal Giant is a pretty good card. I don't blame anybody from using it. He does place a Miner on our tower. Let's go ahead and counter with our mini P.E.K.K.A. And let's go ahead and see what he does from here. Now, he does place a Sparky. So he's running some kind of Sparky Miner deck. I honestly could have zapped his Sparky and probably taken it out with my mini P.E.K.K.A. But that is now in the past. Now, he does place a Royal Giant. So again, we're facing our third Royal Giant deck in a row, guys. Let's go ahead and zap all that mess and place our minions. Now, the Sparky is not going to be able to one-shot our Giant Skeleton. His RG does get taken out, and our Giant Skeleton bomb is going to take care of that Sparky. So let's go ahead and place our second pump down and get ready for another big push. Now, he does miner my pump, which kind of sucks. I thought about setting my mini P.E.K.K.A. after it, but it really isn't worth it. It's just a pump. But now let's go ahead and place our Bowler here in the back. What am I going to do now? He does place a pump. Okay, so he's, trying to pump up for his for a push of his own. Let's go ahead and place our Skeleton at the bridge. Fire Spirits for his minions. Let's go ahead and zap those guys. And our Giant Skeleton. Wow. So, okay, so our last Fire Spirit does take care of those Goblins. The bomb is at the tower. And again, we have our lone Bowler and Goblins. And just like that, that tower is done, guys. That is the power of the Bowler, Giant Skeleton, and Goblin Barrel guy. Stop sleeping on the Bowler, guys. He is a really good card. And this is the third game in a row where I'm just putting in work with the deck that really is kind of weird, honestly. Like, it's a Bowler and Giant Skeleton. I almost never see Giant Skeletons in matchmaking or in tournaments for that matter. But he does have a Miner on my tower doing some pretty good damage. So let's go ahead and see what he does now. I'm guessing he's going to place a Sparky at some point, Royal Giant. I don't really know. Okay, there we go, Sparky in the back. Let's place our Giant Skeleton on the right-hand side to pressure him a little bit more. I'm guessing he's just going to go all in for that tower over there. Let's go in all in on his other tower with the Bowler. Let's go ahead and place our Fire Spirits for those minions. Let's go ahead and zap those guys. And again, the Giant Skeleton is at his tower again, guys, with the Bowler just doing work. And his tower is down to 400 HP, guys. Let's go ahead and place another Bowler down just to end this guy's life. He does place minions, which will probably take him out because I couldn't get my spirits down in time. And he does arrow my Goblin Barrel. So let's go ahead and place a skeleton in his base. And he does do the same with his Royal Giant. And with just 2 slaps, the game is over. The match is done. Good game to Mevius. But again, the wrath of the Bowler and Giant Skeleton cannot be dealt with, guys. So that is about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below with your thoughts on this crazy Giant Skeleton Bowler deck. Let me know how it works out for you, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.